Good afternoon guys, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back here to the Els Club here in Dubai. So a big thanks to the Els Club and a big thanks to the CH3 Performance Academy for having me out here to do some seasonal coaching. So today what I want to talk about is a little bit of pitching. We haven't had many pitching videos in the last couple of months. Well, we have, because we had mid-handicap Dave doing 3 pitching videos, but regarding technique for yourself, something that can help you out. So what I want to talk about today is the clock method that a lot of people use, and if you go for lessons, a lot of the time people will get you to work on the clock method, so having set positions, and that will go X amount of distance. So the clock method is a good method to use, but you have to have a good understanding of what you're trying to do for each shot. So what I have seen over my time in coaching, makes me sound very old, but I'm not, but I have been coaching now full-time for nearly 10 years now, and what I've seen over those years is people are told the clock method, so they're told to swing it to 9 o'clock, but then every single time it goes a different distance, and that's the point that we're going to address today. So it's okay, and I'm happy for you to use the clock method, but we need an understanding of how you're going to get that to go a consistent distance. And that all comes down to, just like throughout the game in chipping as well, is obviously how much backswing we have, but then how much speed we put into that. So pitching, a big thing that I look at is the speed of your body. So are we turning fast? Are we turning slow? Are we turning with just a normal, comfortable speed? So for example, if I do a 9 o'clock swing here now, so I'm set up, if I do a 9 o'clock swing and I'm going to go really slow on the way down, so 9 o'clock, hit that good, so hit a reasonable strike on that. That's only gone 15 yards. So I've took that back to 9 o'clock. You would think it would go a lot further. The next time I see people, they go, okay, I'm going to go to 9 o'clock. They go medium speed or they go a normal speed. Okay. Now I've got probably 40 yards, 50 yards. And then if I now go, and I've seen this a lot, especially with mid-handicappers and high handicappers, even with low handicappers, when you get around the green and you get a little bit tense, everything gets a little bit quick. And then, so I'm going to do a 9 o'clock swing and a quick tempo, and they get one that does that. So they get the thin that goes straight through, they can't control the lone point, and they have no confidence. So for me, it is all dependent on what suits yourself. You might be somebody who likes to do the slow tempo. You're going to have a lot more shorter numbers, which might work in and around the green, but you're then going to struggle when it comes to longer shots. So for me, I like to say if we have a medium body speed, so just a normal controlled swing, we're able then to be consistent with our distances. If we then need some shorter shots, that would be classed as chipping. So the technique will slightly change. We might open the club face, close the club face to play different shots. So here we will be looking at a medium body speed. And now I can go medium. I know what I'm doing. I'm to 9 o'clock. And that's gone exactly the same distance as the one I hit before. So I've got consistency there. If I now need to go for the back pin, which is probably around about 70 yards, all I'm then going to do is make a little bit longer swing. So I'll go through that now. So if I'm now wanting to hit the ball further, so if I'm now wanting to hit this ball to 70 yards, I'm still going to use a 54 that I've been using now. And I'm just going to make a longer swing. So we're going to be looking at now what I would call a 3/4 or a shoulder. So that would be probably about 10 o'clock on the, or just above 10 o'clock, maybe 10:30 we'll go with a swing length. So what that's going to do is now is going to give us a longer swing. So that means the club head's already got more speed because it's got more time to travel. So it should help us hit that. So again, when I see people go now to try and hit a 3/4 shot, they don't know if they're supposed to put the full power on, and what I see a lot of the time is they'll go to 3/4, really then pull down on the club will drop behind, they'll either hit it way out to the right, or they'll catch it heavy, or they'll catch it thin. So all I'm doing now is I'm making a longer swing, but I'm going to keep that body speed the same. So I'm still thinking smooth. Again, like you'll have seen in the mid-handicap series with Dave with his full swing, I'm constantly saying imbalance, and that's what we're thinking here. I'm just trying to make a motion here. I will wait for this young lady to collect some golf balls. Perfect. We're going to swing in balance. So I'm going to swing to the shoulder, and then from here, I'm just going to make sure that I'm not trying to hit this too hard. And you'll see there, straight away, that is pitched next to that flag and stopped to around about 8 feet. Again, the more we keep our tempo good, you'll start to see the ball launching lower with more spin. So a lot of people think, well, I'm not swinging as fast, so there'll not be as much, I'm not getting it higher in the air, there's not as much spin. So spin's going to be generated. If we can swing smoother, it gives, especially in pitching, because we're not making a full motion, if I can control my body speed, it allows our body to rotate a little bit better on the way down, and we come into impact in this position. So you see that I've taken some loft off, so that means again, that ball is able to then grab the face a little bit more and generate more spin. Also, because of that loft, it's going to launch lower and more direct towards your target. So, the opposite with most amateurs here is they will hit this shot. We've now got someone clearing the golf balls up. They will hit this shot, they will put full speed on, try and get it as high as possible, and then they wonder why there is no spin. So there is no spin because that ball is now going to be sliding across the face as opposed to gripping the face. So, smoother means more spin in the case of pitching. Obviously, to a certain extent, if we get too smooth and the ball isn't coming off or gripping the face enough, it will not have much spin on. But if you find that medium body tempo, so really trying to swing within yourself, controlling that club head, it allows us to turn that a little bit better and then get that ball launching lower with more spin. So then when it comes to pitch shots, you can be a little bit more aggressive. So if there was a pin now at 90 yards, I would change club, I would go to my 50, I would do the same swing, and I'd be able to get it to bounce just before and stop. So if there's a ridge in the green, we can be positive that we're not trying to get it to bounce before, trickle up, or it hits the top, runs through the back, and then you've got a tricky chip shot. So we're able to control the launch, more spin, and hopefully that should make you hit it closer and make you lower your handicap. So again, as we have a quick talk while he still collects these golf balls, we're going to talk about tour average from here. So 70 yards, it's around about 15 feet. Okay, so your tour average is around about between 12 and 15 feet. Your best on tour is looking at 8 to 10. So be realistic, give yourselves a realistic target of what you want to hit. It's not just saying that, okay, I've got to hit this within 5 feet, which a lot of people do. Anything here within inside 20 feet, if you're a mid-handicapper, if you're a lower single-figure handicapper, anything inside 15, you're going to have a good chance, you're going to have a good look at a putt. Obviously from there we know the tour averages, but we're going to have a good look. I'm going to take my normal setup, and again it's that medium body speed. So I'm going to swing to my shoulder. You'll see that landed next to the flag, just left. A little bit steeper on that one, so I could still turn my body a little bit more. But that, guys, is going to help you. So it's understanding the clock method. So if you're swinging to 9 o'clock, if you're swinging to 10, 11, it's about having the same kind of speed each time. Start to give yourself your yardages when you know you're swinging at the same speed roughly, you've got the same idea, and then you can get the same distance, and you're not guessing that one's going to go 40, one's going to go 25, and one's going to go 70. So guys, hopefully that's a little bit more understanding of the clock method. It is a good method. Just know, control your body speed, and you'll start to launch it better with more spin and have a lot more control. Guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you again later on in the week.